could barely sleep last night, overridden with the anticipation of what I was going to be able to bring you today. You saw the title of this video, Doomsday Scenario. Could have been Doomsday Political Scenario, but you'll get the point very quickly. Biden's worst nightmare literally just rose from the dead. It changes absolutely everything. The information you're about to see is maybe some things you know about, but when you put it in context of now, in the second segment we're going to be doing, an FBI confidential human source blowing open everything. Literally everything. How this presidency could continue on would be unfathomable. And the Democrats now have pushed the trigger on pre-planned demolition. They have no choice anymore. So I'm going to ask you to hang in there. This information will literally reframe everything for you in very short order. Now, before we go any further, huge favor. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know I'm bringing you the information you're looking for because membership subscribers continue to grow. And to all those of you that have now joined as members to this channel by clicking on the membership button, thank you. I'm going to present to you an exclusive video here just as a thank you, a small token of my appreciation. You'll see that post shortly. More importantly, as a means of support if you haven't gotten to Restricted Republic yet. The information that will be presented there today is unequaled. A leak to end all leaks has come out, and we're going to cover it text by text, email by email, photo by photo. It changes the entire basis of J6 as video today. YouTube members only. Use that discount code in monthly checkout, and we understand the economy is hard right now. So to get you through it, we're going to give you $4 a month for 2 years. YouTube members only, monthly checkout. Now let's get back to this broadcast. So the liberals' left machine has activated the demolition button. They have no choice. There's too much coming out against Biden, too much going wrong, too many bad sound bites, and absolutely no forward progress for them to make any other decision. Breitbart publishes New York Times dashes Joe Biden's 2024 hopes with 6 devastating articles, and the New York Times did. Should Biden run in 2024? That should be an obvious answer for most. Democrat whispers of no start to rise. Now it's beyond whispers at this point. I'll show you what they're talking about in the article. Midway through the 2022 primary season, many Democrat lawmakers, not Democratic, and party officials are venting their frustrations with President Biden's struggle to advance the bulk of his agenda, his struggle to advance anything, his struggle to stay on a bike. You get the idea. Interviews with nearly 50 Democrat officials, from county leaders to members of Congress, as well as with disappointed voters who backed Mr. Biden in 2020, reveal a party and extraordinarily pessimistic about an immediate path forward, because there is no path forward. There's not even a path that leads across the street for Biden. Biden irked by Democrats who won't take yes for an answer on 2024. You can't expect that, Biden. You have to earn that. And you've earned nothing. Mr. Biden, who has been eager for signs of loyalty, and they've been few and far between, facing intensifying skepticism from the entire country about his capacity to run for re-election when he will be nearly 82. Oh, I guess suddenly now age matters. Democrats press the White House for a more assertive response to Rose Fall by overriding the Supreme Court, by undoing the balance of power. That's what they're asking for. But you see, Democrats, when they fall on hard times, don't come up with solutions. They come up with, we'll just control and change the rules, or just the laws. See, that's not the way to run a party, and not that both sides aren't guilty of that. Yet, as Republicans celebrate the culmination last week of a methodical 50-year campaign to topple the right to an abortion, nobody says if it was supposed to be legal or not in the first place, but we'd hate to say that although they just deferred to the states making the decision, which was the right choice. Let's keep away from that. Let's keep it a soundbite, an incendiary soundbite. It's not only the New York Times, Washington Post. As some Democrats grow impatient with Biden, alternative voices emerge. Yeah. Scary what those alternative voices could be. Now Harris being discussed as maybe no longer being VP, being removed as VP. But Biden's the one who's on the chopping block right now. Joe Biden had better pay attention. To what? He can't even read a teleprompter correctly. Repeat the line. He can't even read a teleprompter correctly. Sorry. Falling into, I guess, the same methodology now. As of November 2022, weren't causing Democrats enough grief. November 2024 won't wait. Biden's age, dismal approval rating, and seeming inability to inspire confidence in the party. Seeming? No, he instills confidence in no one. Well, he does, our adversaries. No question of that. At 79, Biden is testing the boundaries of age in the presidency. You see the running theme now. Because most Democrats don't want Biden in 2024. New poll shows. Or this one. Same article. Screenshot from that article. Voters on the direction of the country. I don't know if you could see a worse poll. It's resounding. His wife's out there insulting everyone. I couldn't even believe her statement yesterday. But that goes to tell you when the Hispanic Latino vote is growing Republican, that they're doing nothing to help themselves. They insult the same party that's growing, that they're trying to bring over to the Democrat side. They don't have any propensity nor ability to do anything correctly. So Democrat reasons for a different candidate. Not that the party has no ability nor desire to actually put in anything that works. They only want to consume control, which should be the number one on there. No, they are going to have to focus on his age, job performance, prefer someone new because they've hit the demolition button. And they're using their same mainstream media to go ahead and sound the alarm. Get out of the building. The demolition's coming. We've triggered it. Because we need to break everything down to restart with whatever may rise next, which should be of grave concern. In a sign of deep vulnerability and unease among what is supposed to be his political base, only 26% of Democrats said the party should renominate him in 2024. The end is here. The flag's been risen. The white flag of surrender, of course. But now when you ask his... I don't even want to say press secretary, really, because you normally have to be able to talk and give a coherent thought to be a press secretary, but obviously that's been removed for some time now. Here's her response to what's going wrong, what happened when asked this very simple question.
What was the president's response to a new poll from the New York Times today showing that 64% of Democrats say that they would prefer a different candidate in 2024?
And I would also say from that very same poll, there were 92% of Democrats who support this president as well.
Okay, a great manipulation of words. There was 92% who support the president. You should really put that in context because here's what the article actually stated. Just going to step in here for a moment. The poll showed that the misgivings about Mr. Biden seemed to mostly melt away when presented with a choice between him and Mr. Trump. 92% of Democrats said they would stick with Mr. Biden. That's what she's pulling and gleaning her information from. What an amazing manipulation of words. She goes on to discuss gas prices and how they've brought it down 30 cents. Well, for the last 27 days. But I guess, of course, she's taking out of consideration the price hike that began it all to begin with and nowhere near recoiling or recovering from that. But you see, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg that may very well bring him down. I'm sure some of you thought this is what I meant, was Secret Service says it's aware of alleged Hunter Biden iCloud hack, and they don't dismiss it. I viewed the photos, the information. I'm not going to share it. It's disturbing. You could only imagine what's on it. But there is some illegal activity that should land Hunter Biden in jail for all intents and purposes. Will it? Of course not. He's one of the political elite, protected, but nonetheless, the information's out. America will be made privy to it, and it will further erode the Biden family. It's why the Democrats had to hit the demolition button. No choice. Planned demolition of the Biden regime is happening in real time. Love that title. So now we could discuss who's going to rise up. I'm still going to ask for your opinion on this, DeSantis or Trump, before we get to the final little bit of information leading into the second broadcast that we're going to be doing. Ron DeSantis positioned well for 2024 as Joe Biden's approval plummets. So he's not rising from the dead because he's been very active, putting actions behind every word he states. Very effective. However, now GOP operatives coming out and saying Trump will announce run for president early to prevent DeSantis for run in 2024. Please, if you consider yourself a presidential Republican, let's say, if you believe in two parties, please don't demolish the party. Everything is now being handed to you on a silver platter. Trump knows that a one presidency term, he has to know, will not solve nor unwind or give enough time to undo the damage that's been done. We need 2, 3, if not 4 terms to fix the irreparable harm done over such a short period of time. If these politicians, which they have always proven to be short-sighted, can't get their acts together to be able to sequentially chain together a group of leaders who can lead us out of this disaster, then there's truly no hope. But of course, there'll be infighting. There always is. I was going to show you the clip where Trump rips on Elon Musk and calls him a BS artist, but it's kind of irrelevant because what he's doing is he's dismissing another portion of his base. It's really short-sighted. Elon Musk coming out and saying, I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang his hat and sail into the sunset. Elon Musk, not the only one. You remember Joe Rogan also coming out and saying he's not interested in helping him. That's my concern about a potential run of Trump. He's lost so much of that larger base. Now, where that will land, we don't know, but it has to be cause for concern. We need leadership. We need leadership that wins and not a divided party. Trump would be 82 at end of the term, which is too old to be chief executive of anything. You see, age remains a major consideration. I believe that America wants someone youthful, energetic, aggressive, powerful. That's what it will take to change the course of this nation. But you see, that's only a portion of the story. Because behind the scenes and what may bolster Trump now is something that no one could have known 48 hours ago was going to happen. Because something rose from the dead. That's right. A new, confidential, human source putting out information that changes the entire narrative. You know what's on your screen? Those are the Proud Boys, by the way. A lot of them in jail right now. Well, maybe not for long. Because the information that we're about to cover, and I truly do wish on this one I can cover it here, but I can't. I know what will happen. That's a shame. And one of the many things that need to be fixed in this country. So for all the comments I see, all you're doing is trying to get people to restrict it, well, of course I am. That's why we created it. So I can give you the news that matters. And I need you to get over there because this truly does reshape the entire reality of J6. And man, I can't wait to bring it to you. Hope you enjoyed the story today. So much has changed for the Biden family, and this will simply be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. It's done. There's no way he can recover. And I'm very, very confident in saying that. But again, America's mentality at times, not you guys, of course, has surprised me. I don't believe there's any tolerance left for what they're about to learn. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.